Dear my friend, and out wider still is Marbon in the yellow jacket. Holloway Boy now charging at Mysterious Night. Marbon could be a threat though, getting there with every stride. Holloway Boy took it up. Here's Marbon dashing down the outside and grabs Holloway Boy to win. Marbon wins the vintage from Holloway Boy.
The centre closing as well. Mostabshir has the advantage now to Davideo Amleto, Wonder Legend, Lunatic behind these, then Tadshim, but it is Mostabshir and Jim Crowley who are clear inside the final furlong, going to win by 3 or so. Tadshim might get second. Mostabshir, though, is the winner. Davideo just, I think, held second.
Here's outside, and then the Foxes. The pace now just beginning to increase as they go towards the final 2.5 furlongs. Dubai Mile is the one to get by. Leads by the best part of 3 parts of a length as they went by the bushes. Flying on is now being pushed along. The Foxes over toward the far side, and then came Greenland. They race now into the dip. Dubai Mile with a slender lead. Greenland to the outside begins to put it all in. Flying on is trying to dig deep. The Foxes every chance over on the far side. All 4 of them with a squeak inside the final 100 yards. The Foxes are flying on as a Dubai Mile. The Foxes just in front. Wins the Royal Lodge. The Foxes. Tight for...
Trying to come from the back. Millstream's being switched to the inside, goes into third now as Indestructible comes alongside Shaldine inside the final furlong. Millstream next to the rail over on the far side. Shaldine is battling back on the far side though, and Shaldine is digging deep again and is going to see them off in the Acom. Goes on to win from Indestructible.
Holloway Boy now being stoked along out wide of Dear My Friend, and out wider still is Marbon in the yellow jacket. Holloway Boy now charging at Mysterious Night. Marbon could be a threat though, getting there with every stride. Holloway Boy took it up. Here's Marbon.
Yes, indeed, which leaves Mysterious Night 15-8, the sole representative from the yard. The Foxes 11-4, Mostabshir is 7-2, Indestructible 13-2, now 15-2, easy to back. Ancestral Land is 12, as is Dancing Magic. Mr. Mistopheles 50-1. Mysterious Night 2-1. There was a moment where the Foxes looked as though he might go favourite about an hour or so ago, but not to be. This horse really cementing that position, top of the betting. Lydia, back to you.
Yes, Martin and I were speculating that the Foxes might go favourite, and that really has not been the case. Mysterious Night has really tightened up to 15-8. Just to put a context as to why he is here, Charlie Appleby was saying on Racing TV a couple of days ago that he wanted to run a big, long striding horse, a horse that really relished fast ground on the Woodbine track over in Canada when winning that Grade 1. He wanted to try him on this difficult track, tricksy track in many kinds of ways, to see whether he would be able to be suited by it and therefore could go for the Guineas.
Yeah, and I'm sure as far as Charlie Appleby is concerned, he doesn't have one of the shorter priced horses for the Guineas this year. He's got Noble Style, Silver Knot, Mysterious Night, the kind of between 10-1 and 25-1, around those sorts of odds. So they might potentially, if he comes and passes this test, then they might just have a few bullets to fire at the first classic of the season.
It's Noble Style, surely, isn't it?
Well, we'll see what Mysterious Night has got to offer today. I thought the Foxes was the likeliest winner of the race, as I said to you earlier on. I liked the way that he quickened up in the Royal Lodge. That form has proved to be strong. Dubai Mile came out and won his Group 1 afterwards. The third horse was a winner subsequently as well, and even Greenlands wasn't disgraced on his comeback in France a little bit earlier on, but he handles the track well. I think he's a horse with gears. He probably will stay a little bit further as the season goes on, but this probably won't be run at a furious gallop itself, and he's already shown an ability to quicken off a steady pace here at Newmarket, which I think stands him in good stead. And I think he does just set the form standard as well. Mostabshir, it's notable that he's holding up in the betting against the other two, which is potentially significant. If John Gosden does have a 2,000 Guineas horse, it probably is him. So it's a big trial for him, and very significant for the yard if he can step up to the mark.
We're expecting that horse on the right there with the rug on for Stall's entry, Dancing Magic, to make the running here, and that it might not be that much of a pace as you just touched upon.
Yeah, I think he probably will go on, won't he? He's got a rating of 106 himself. He was quite a high achieving 2-year-old without winning a race, but he was constantly put in tough races. Ended the season running well in the Futurity up at Doncaster on quite testing ground. He's obviously got a few ideas about the game, Dancing Magic. He was red hood, quite quick, early to post, quick to leave the paddock, rug on for stalls entry. So he maybe just isn't the most straightforward, but he does have talent, as he showed last year. Indestructible and Ancestral Land both stepping up to a mile for the first time and have to prove themselves over the trip.
I think we should learn plenty from this. It's the Bet365 Craven Stakes. It's the centrepiece of this entire three-day festival. Let's join Stuart Machin. He has the call.
And the Godolphin representative moves into stall 8. They're ready. They're off for the Bet365 Craven Stakes. The Roly Mile ahead of them, a field of 7 led from the stalls by Dancing Magic, with the orange cap to Ancestral Land racing on the far side. Indestructible in a violet jacket drops into 3rd place early on, tracked by the grey Mostubshire in the Shadwell Silks. Mr. Mistopheles in a pink jacket at this stage is held up with the Foxes, the striped sleeves just in front of him, and Will Buick has dropped Mysterious Night out just about last of the field and some 4 lengths off the pace setter. So at the end of a couple of furlongs are Indestructible on the near side of Dancing Magic. Ancestral Land in a dark blue jacket sits at their quarters, and they in turn are tracked by the grey Mostubshire. The Foxes, meanwhile, on the extreme right, is tracking Indestructible towards halfway, and Buick has switched Mysterious Night towards the far side to race alongside Mr. Mistopheles. Dancing Magic leading them down to the 3 on the far side from Ancestral Land. Indestructible on the near side to the Foxes in a striped sleeve jacket, the grey Mostubshire in midfield. Mysterious Night held together the white-faced individual, and Mr. Mistopheles ridden along in rear past the bushes, heading downhill for the final 2 in the Craven, and the Foxes in the centre has come powering through to challenge Indestructible. Dancing Magic in 3rd, Mysterious Night hasn't picked up, neither has Mostubshire. Indestructible on the near side, battling back to the Foxes as they climb inside their furlong. Indestructible and Kevin Stott in front, fending off the Foxes. What a week this has been for Ammo Racing. Indestructible wins the Craven. The Foxes in 2nd, Dancing Magic 3rd, Ancestral Land back in 4th.
It has been a huge week for Ammo Racing. They've taken both of the Guinness trials with Mama's Girl yesterday and now with Indestructible. Running for the first time for Carl Burke, having had wind surgery, and he has seen this out really nicely to win with Kevin Stott on board. In 2nd, it's the Foxes, who looked like he might win at one stage and then started shifting towards that far side rail. He's finished 2nd for Sheen Murphy and Andrew Balding. And 3rd is Dancing Magic, another doughty run from that horse, Kieran Schumacher on board for Roger Till. But there is the winner, Indestructible, at 8-1. The clear disappointment of the race, and seemingly not handling the track, what Charlie Appleby feared, Mysterious Night. But there is the winner.
Yeah, he's proved that he's trained on. He's proved his stamina as well. Stayed on really strongly. There was a moment where he challenged the Foxes, and I wondered if the Foxes would see him off with superior stamina. It wasn't to be. Indestructible, maybe helped by that wind operation as well that he's had since we saw him last season, and he does really stay on stoutly. Now, he was fit for the day, wasn't he? That was clear beforehand, looking at him in the paddock. But he's seen his race out strongly. Probably an improvement on his 2-year-old form, I think, and obviously handled the track well. The Foxes has run a really nice comeback run. There's no excuses for him really on the day, but he should step forward from it, and Dancing Magic runs with credit again in 3rd to add to his series of really good runs. But nice effort from Indestructible to add to what's been a fantastic week already for the owners.
It really has been. It really has been. So, in the early stages, a little bit keen, Mustafshire, on this marked step up in grade.
Yeah, he was over racing a little bit. I think the winner probably was as well. I mean, the Foxes, looking at the relative positions now, the Foxes really does cruise